What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball. Day 3 of NBA Summer League is here. I'm here to cover it, and I know most of the people watching at this point that you guys are the sweats of the NBA, right? Like, you're the guys like me that just love to watch this stuff like year-round. You want to dive into every little bit of it, and I'm here to talk about it with you guys. So hey, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment on my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, so like I said, day 3, we got a couple games to cover. So here's kind of the cool thing now. We've got a couple games of sample size now. It's just 2, right? But I want to make sure that I teach you guys something about being like a scout in this process. That's kind of something that I try to do with this, because obviously this is stuff that I've just done, right? And so one thing that I try to go into all these games with is I try to be completely objective with things, right? And what I mean by that is, like, we've all got our preconceived notions of these guys coming in, right? That means like, hey, I wasn't a big fan of this guy, or like I was a huge fan of this guy. We have to throw those biases out when we're watching these games, right? We have to say like, hey, was this objectively good or not? Because otherwise we start rooting for people and we start telling people we don't want them to be good and everything. I hope that we can all do that in that process, and that's just something that I try to encourage with all this. Let's be objective with every single game that we're watching, and then also remember that there's no statistical correlation at all between how someone performs in Summer League and the NBA. There's just not. Don't get me wrong, if you make Summer League look easy, there's probably a better chance that you're going to play well in the NBA. We just don't really have anything to back that up, like statistics-wise. But anyway, let's start diving into these games. First one here, Cleveland and Milwaukee. Now, I actually watch like every game today, and it's also like the final game just finished today, so I haven't had a ton of time to go over, but I'm going to be pretty busy tomorrow with some actual work stuff. At this point of the season, I'm pretty locked in with my business in terms of like helping the team that I'm currently employed with, and that's just getting like the actual roster ready and everything. And like, we're watching some G League stuff of that team, don't get me wrong, but my focus is just elsewhere. So what I'm hoping is that all my sweats out there, that's what I'm going to start calling you guys, all my basketball sweats, you guys can fill in the blanks as I'm looking at some of these, because like, I didn't watch this game. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Cleveland and Milwaukee here. I'm here to kind of look over it and see what's all going on, but I figure you guys can fill in some of the gaps. I did watch like some possessions of certain players, but not the whole game, so I don't have a complete story. I did watch Jalen Tyson because he was their first round pick. I continue to not really be impressed with Jalen Tyson too much. He was a guy that I didn't really even include on like my big board. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of him. He got some nice hustle points out there. Don't get me wrong, and he had an efficient basketball game all said and done. I'm curious what he's going to be able to do when there's a team that has a lot of very ball-dominant players. I don't know, but we give him credit because he played a good game today. Shout out to Monty Bates. You know he's going to get his shots up. I know there'll be some people that are like, why is Monty Bates not on an NBA team? I'll tell you, there's a lot of reasons for it. If you're really that curious, hop on the Discord. I'll talk to you guys about it there. I'm not going to talk about it in the comments section here. Craig Porter Jr., that's definitely a name we want to watch. Looks like he had a pretty solid game. This is a guy that I hope can contribute for them in like real life this year. That's awesome. Looks like he had a good game. You guys let me know if it was like an efficient one or if it was just kind of like a nonsense thing. Obviously, we're watching Beauchamp here. Another not too efficient game in this one. He's a lot better from 3. Would like to see him get to the free throw line maybe a little more. The rebounds are cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Andre Jackson. Looks like he's kind of not being too aggressive in Summer League so far. Only 2 game sample size, but nonetheless, it's kind of what we're noticing. Chris Livingston. Looks like he had an efficient game. How'd AJ do in this one? Got 5 shots up. Cool. Only 16 minutes. Gotcha. Okay, they kind of spaced it out a little bit more. And how about our boy Tyler Smith? 0 for 3, didn't get a ton in this one, but got an assist, 2 steals, no turnovers. We'll take that. How did he take any threes? He was 0 for 2 on them. All right, whatever. On to the next one. Clippers Nets. Didn't get a chance to watch this one either. I got shit to do, y'all. It's a busy time, all right? But Dariq Whitehead, we're not worried about efficiency right now. We're just not. Okay, we're not worried about it. We'll praise people if they have good efficiency, but I'm not tripping if they don't. Dariq Whitehead, he's getting back into the swing of basketball. Cool that he got to double-digit points, right? Got some rebounds, got an assist or 2, got some turnovers. Not worried about it. Jalen Wilson, want to see him play well. Doesn't look like he had maybe the best game all around. Was really just out there kind of shooting. For playing a lot of Summer League minutes, he didn't get any more rebounds. That's a little bit interesting. Noah Clowney, we'll see if he gets any burn this year. Looks like he had a solid game. Keon Johnson, yeah, I heard he had a pretty good game. Former Clipper there. Yeah, nice game for Keon. You guys let me know how that one went overall. Anybody else that I'm looking for? And this is Kai Jones on the... Oh, that's CJ Jones. I thought that said Kai Jones. I was like, is Kai Jones on the Summer League team? That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And this is the Nets. It's not the actual Clippers. So I'm tripping. Jordan Miller. Did watch his film and everything. So some of us after the first game were we're probably overreacting and being like, Jordan Miller's that dude, Jordan Miller's that dude. He looked good again in this one, though. He did look good again in this one. Good size, good movement and everything. Will he be able to crack the rotation? There's a lot of people at his position already ahead of him. I don't know, right? And again, no correlation between Summer League and NBA success, but he's looking good right now, and I actually want to pull something up on the spreadsheet here itself. Let's pull up, because I just did the math on the screen that I saw right there. All right, so here's Jordan Miller so far. 15 for 30, 50%. We love to see that. Shooting great from three. 21 free throws. He's taken 30 shots, and he's gotten 21 free throws. That's awesome. That's amazing. Getting a steal a game. He's getting solid rebounds. He's not passing the ball too much. That's fine. He's not playing with anybody all that interesting anyway. Turnovers are a little high. You know, he's trying to force things. We're getting 28 a game out of him. I'll take 2.5 turnovers, honestly. It's above league average, obviously, but like, we'll take that. We'll take that. So, okay, that's something we can take out of this, all right? That's something we can take. Getting to the free throw line, being aggressive, drawing contact. We love that. Cam Christie, how's the rookie doing? 2 for 8. He's going to be a project, right? Like, that's just how he's going to be. Got 3 steals in this one. That's good. We try to celebrate the little things, right? That's what you got to do with players like this. So, otherwise, nothing all that interesting. Amari Bailey. Oh, look at you still being on the team. DJ Rodman, too. Cool stuff. All right, Minnesota and Indiana. I did watch this one, actually. Let's start off with these Timberwolves, man, because they are fun right now. Terrence Shannon Jr. continues to look like he doesn't really need to play in Summer League. He looks pretty dang ready to go right now. 7 for 8 from the free throw line. That's awesome. Didn't really get too much else in terms of like the rebounding and assists in this one, but 3 blocks again, only 1 turnover. He actually probably could have been more impactful in this game, but he got 3 fouls like really early on. So take this as you will. That he got 19 points in pretty limited like opportunity. So that's awesome for him. Leonard Miller is a guy that I see a lot of Timberwolves fans wanting to be good. His game is a little goofy for me personally, and just like the way he shoots and the way he moves. But let's talk about people that move. Rob Dillingham had himself kind of a night, at least full of like highlights and everything. Rob Dillingham is such a Lou Williams type player. So here's what you got to take with this guy. I don't know if he's ever going to be a starting point guard, and that's something I talked about in my draft analysis. He's going to be a little spark plug, though, and I think the Timberwolves are a perfect fit for him. Don't get me wrong. The shots he was taking in this game, though, were complete nonsense. Like, they were nonsense. They look goofy. Does anyone think he moves a little goofy, too? Well, look, I'm a professional scout in some sense. He moves a little goofy, right? Just in the way he, like, gets up and down, like, I don't know. It's a little bit goofy, but it works for him. Like, I'm not going to lie, my favorite part of the game, there was one time where he hit Buddy with, I don't remember who it was, with like a little cross, and you could tell he hit him with a little like, oh shit, I've got this dude right here. He has no chance of standing in front of me, and he just went like right by him. That was awesome. I'm like, I love a little bit of dog in these like little dudes. Like, I love that shit, man. That gets me so excited. Like, that's what I need him to be. I don't need him to be like an all-around dude. I need him to be a spark plug on a team that's really good defensively already. Go get you some buckets every once in a while. He's probably going to be inefficient in his first year. Like, I'm just telling you guys that just based off the way I'm seeing him play so far. That looks to be the case, but got 8 assists, and he was a spark plug at times. It wasn't the most efficient game overall, and he took a couple of kind of nasty shots, and he was maybe a little bit slow on some of his passing, but like, we should be encouraged nonetheless. Like, I think he's going to be an interesting guy. I think he ended up in a perfect situation for them. So shout out to Dillingham for this one. Pacers, Furphy continues to look pretty solid, all said and done. Like, I like Furphy. I thought that he should have gone much higher. He was like a top, like, was he a top 20 on my big board? I don't even remember now. That shit's so far in the past. I like Furphy. I think he knows how to play his game. He's sneaky athletic, played solid defense for the most part in my mind. Like, especially because here's the thing. I'll see some of you in the comments being like, oh, this guy's defense was weird because of XYZ. Look, like, they don't have time to teach them all these different coverages and everything like that. These dudes are just trying to figure it out at the end of the day. Like, all said and done, I thought it was fine. Jarris Walker in this one, again, wasn't necessarily impressed by anything out there, so I guess we'll see. Ben Shepherd. I'd like to see Ben Shepherd be like a little bit more aggressive. I know that like one of the things we really praised him for in the playoffs was that he did not force a single thing, and I absolutely love him for that. Now it's kind of the time where I'd like to see him do it a little bit more. So I don't know. That's just me. I'd like to see it a little bit more out of Ben Shepherd. Alrighty, Rockets, Wizards, Reed Shepherd, man. He, can I just say, I love when they like press him and he does his little scamper up the court. Like, he just like really just like sprints up in the court and then just like really goes at somebody. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just so fun for me to watch. And also, like, don't press NBA players. Like, just don't. Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you're gonna pick someone up full court, you better fucking stay in front of him, man, and not get like taken out by like a single screen. It just, I don't know, it bothers me a little bit. Cam Whitmore is an offensive powerhouse. We all understand that. Definitely normally has tunnel vision, but he's been putting up stupid numbers and stupid highlights in summer league. He is afraid of nobody. And here's my thing, like, this is kind of why, look, Reed Shepherd's looking good right now, and we'll talk about him in this game. I just, like, you've got all these guys that you're trying to develop at one time. When are you possibly going to give them all the right opportunity to, like, actually grow into something on this team? It's at some point you have too many, like, promising prospects to where it's actually a problem, right? And so, like, where is Cam Whitmore on the depth chart this year? Like, you guys just, like, let me know, because I would love to see this guy continue to develop, right? I would love to see it. He's incredibly talented. There's a reason that he fell in the draft last year, and it's just because of the IQ and everything, and people didn't necessarily trust him. So that's why he fell. But I like, someone give him a chance, dude. Like, dude's athletic as shit. Like, he can score with the best of them. He's fearless. He's got the mentality to be a dog. Let's see it. But yeah, no, Reed Shepherd in this one, ignore the three-point shooting. I don't give a fuck about the maybe not so great three-point shooting night. Like, yes, maybe he shouldn't have taken a couple of them. Like, dude can hit some crazy shots, so you're going to get a 1-for-5 night every once in a while. So everybody just calm down about it. All right. But like, overall, pretty good. Here's what I'm going to tell you about Reed Shepherd, because I thought he played a really, really good game today. Here's what's going to happen, though, and this is coming from, like, former D1 guy and me, so, like, played some good basketball in my time, right? So after the first game, I said, oh, okay, Reed Shepherd looks pretty good. After the second game, I already know how to stop him. He wants to go to his right every single time, and he wants to get to that right elbow every single time if he's not taking a three. Go back and watch the film. I'll tell you guys that's where he's going every single time. So here's what I'll tell you about him. He's got a lot going on for him right now. That's awesome, right? NBA guys, they're going to key in on that really, really quickly, and they're going to take that away. Like, if I can figure it out from here, they're going to take that away. So my advice here, and if I was like his trainer, I'd be like, okay, this is where, and you guys have heard me say this before, need the counter moves, right? Need the counter moves. So now we're trying to get to our spot, and when they start to take that away, where are we going next? What's option B, C, D? We need to start working on those, right? And especially in your rookie year, we want you to try to get to point A as much as possible, right? And then it's start to work in those extra options and figure out where you can go from there. Because right now, I've already got them figured out. No, I would know how to stop him. Not that complicated, right? Especially when some of these guys keep going under screens on him. Why are y'all doing that? Dude will shoot the shit out of this basketball. But right now, let's celebrate the fact that, like, he's distributing the ball well. He's maybe like half a second behind in the passes, but that's just me being nitpicky. Got 5 steals, some of them just off of pure hustle. We love to see that. He kept the turnovers pretty low. He's out there getting rebounds. He's jumping. He's pushing the ball in transition. Looking really, really good. And he played good. Like, he's fitting into that combo guard role. I still wouldn't call him like a point guard because he's doing plenty of stuff without the basketball. He is kind of fitting into that combo guard role. It doesn't matter at the end of the day either. It's just for like categorization purposes. But I really enjoyed watching this game of him. It was a lot of fun. Washington Wizards, their young guys struggled a bit more in this one. Keyshawn George, he was at least efficient. Like, he didn't do a ton out there necessarily. And like, I want to say, well, I have the stats in front of me. 6 turnovers. Yeah, no. I remember him throwing a lot of turnovers. Alex Sarr, I wouldn't trip about like his field goal percentage here. I know it isn't good right now. We didn't expect him to be a creator for himself coming in, and anybody that's like critiquing him for that, it's like, okay, well then you just didn't watch the film beforehand on him, right? So his defense is so good. It's not even funny though. I can't even begin to tell you. And you guys are going to say, well, Cam Whitmore dunked on him. That's what happens when you're at the rim as much as he is. Somebody's going to do it, and Cam Whitmore's dunking on everybody. So just calm down, all right? But Alex Sarr, I thought still looked really, really good in this one. Still a big fan. Bub Carrington started out the game pretty rough. Started to get going a little bit more. Johnny Davis, at least he had an efficient game. That's encouraging to see. I'm actually surprised they didn't cut Johnny, and I love Johnny. I really do. Just hope the best for him. Hopefully the Wizards don't give up on him. And Vukic, I don't know. I watched him like a lot at the end of last season, and I was actually pretty impressed with him. I thought he was pretty athletic and pretty coordinated for his size. I thought he finished around the rim really well. Another guy I would like to see them try to develop. He didn't have a good game in this one, but like, I don't know. I've just seen enough of him to where I know I could work with him. So that's just me kind of pointing that out to you guys. Magic Pelicans, 91-86. I actually did watch some of this one. The Pelicans gave this game away, man. It was annoying. I'll still say Orlando's my pick if all these players continue to keep playing throughout the summer league. League, they're my pick to win the whole thing. Jarrett Culver, shout out him playing defense. Tristan Da Silva playing his role perfectly. Alrighty, if you told me you wanted to pull Da Silva right now from Summer League, I would give you a thumbs up as a head coach. I'd say, yep, seen enough, we're good to go. Da Silva, you could say, like, the 23 points is really impressive. It's how he got it. Like, he didn't force a single thing. He was in the right place at the right time. Like, he's not an athletic dude that's going to create his own shot. Don't expect that. Like, he's out there, like, creating space opportunities. He's in the right place at the right time. He's cutting at the right points in transition. He's giving the ball up to the guys that can push it and then filling it in the right gaps and everything. Awesome to see. You combine that with the fact that he's such a fluid shooter. Perfect. He clearly understands his role already. I feel really good about that now. Just watching him for a couple games, that's awesome. And hey, 2 games in a row of Jet Howard looking pretty solid and pretty comfortable working without the basketball. His handle's pretty weak right now, but second-year player, you're not going to be good at everything. At his size and his ability to hit some of these moving shots, that's what the Orlando Magic need right now. That's what they need right now. So I really, really like that, and I really want to see them translate that into the regular season with Jet Howard somehow. Anthony Black looked pretty good in transition. Everywhere else, he was looking a little bit off in this one. And honestly, like, for kind of a game manager type player that he is, that doesn't necessarily surprise me considering how, like, clustered the NBA Summer League is at times. So I'm not tripping about that too much. Let's go on to New Orleans. Jordan Hawkins continues his Chuck Fest, which, good for him. He got a lot of free throws in this one. We love to see that. But yeah, it's a little bit gross right now. It's a little bit gross. And I don't want Jordan Hawkins to be this primary ball handler. I want him to be an off-ball guy that can just go be a combo guard scorer for somebody. That's all I really want of him. He doesn't have to be a starter. I just want him to be a bench, like, spark plug. That's what I want to see out of him. Yves Missy, he does his job, right? Run, jump, dunk, stuff like that. Blocked a couple shots. Awesome to see, right? How did Antonio Reeves do in this one? I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, yeah, 12 points. Good for Antonio Reeves there. Spurs Hawks. The Spurs pulled Stephon Castle from the rest of Summer League because of, like, a wrist injury, probably just playing it safe with him. Saw enough of him. I feel good about it. I know the percentages weren't good. We can go to the rookie report. And by the way, I've just got the teams that played up today. So where was Mr. Castle here? So Stephon didn't shoot well. That's all right. He did a lot of other things really, really well. He rebounded well. He had some good assist numbers, some good steals, 17 points a game in his couple of Summer League games. He obviously played in the other league as well. So we saw enough of Stephon Castle in this one to where we probably feel good about it for a rookie. We knew the shooting was going to be a developmental piece for him anyway, so it wasn't like it was all going to be fixed, like, right away. We got a whole rookie season and most of next year before I'm going to start questioning him about that. But anyway, in this one, we got Tyson Ward jumping into the start now. I still always like Tyson Ward. She played for the Paris League. Shout out him. He was in the dunk contest over there. Didn't play that great in this one, but that's okay. Harrison Ingram, he struggled a little bit more in this one. Sissoko did as well. Honestly, the Spurs just, like, didn't look that good, at least from, like, a lot of their starters here. They got some interesting bench help in this one to kind of keep them in it. I'd like to see Jameer Nelson Jr. get a couple more minutes. Just something that I'm kind of pointing out to you guys. For the Atlanta Hawks in this one, honestly, Reece Shea, I thought he did a good job of getting himself open. Shots just didn't fall today. That's totally fine. Jerzic, what happened to him? I don't see anything here. Like, I feel like I didn't even, like, notice him get hurt, but maybe I was working and just didn't completely pay attention in this one. So that could totally be me on this one. But no, I just like the way Reece Shea plays. I really do. So I'm excited to see him play more. I know it wasn't a great one in this one, but again, not worried about efficiency. Like, efficiency always kind of sucks. What the hell, NBA.com? Nuggets Raptors, I did not watch this one. So you guys help fill me in here. All I knew was that Julian Strawther started to go out, and this is my guy this year. This is my sleeper. I think he can be good. I think he could be the starter for the Denver Nuggets this year, and he could really provide them some help. Give them a little bit more length, maybe a little bit more defense, some good shooting. That's my hope for them this year, so it's very encouraging to see this. Like we said, there's no translation or anything, and I'll have to go back and watch the whole film to have a full, like, eval of this one, but that's just a hope I have. I know the skills are there, and Trey Alexander continues to have a very efficient summer league. Maybe the Nuggets find a way to get him on the court a little bit earlier. He's a little bit older of a guy coming in. Maybe he kind of gets to be that backup point guard or something like that. That'd be cool. I see Nuggets fans just shitting on Jalen Pickett. It makes me sad. I don't necessarily have a high opinion of him, but like, I try to be optimistic at the very least. Like, I don't know, I just see a lot of Nuggets fans dunking on him. Go over to the Raptors. How'd she do in this one? Okay, pretty efficient, just game managing, it looks like. Agbaji, not too high on Agbaji personally. Jacoby, is he chucking? He's chucking. That's what we're here for. Hopefully he played good defense in this one because that's all I care about right now. Grady Dick, this is really the starting lineup they put out there? I guess Sheed was playing the point guard. Who labels these? NBA.com? Who's labeling this shit? Grady Dick, again, struggling to hit from three. This is how he started off his last season. Kind of, interesting. We'll see when it comes to the actual like NBA style basketball and everything, but kind of interesting here. Like I said, I'm not sold on Grady Dick being like starting shooting guard like right away for this team, but I don't know. Mogbo, why isn't he getting more burn? Why aren't we giving him more burn? I know, like, in these preliminary games, they're kind of trying to, like, balance things out a little bit more, but I want to see Mogbo play a little bit more. He's fun. All right, my Bulls versus the Warriors. Bulls took it out. We're going to start off with the Warriors because I want to end up on the Bulls. We don't need to see any more of Pods in Summer League. I was watching this one. Don't need to see any more of him. He's good. Look, he was on the select team. Like, why'd you even sign him up for this whatsoever? But he's good to go. I'd say Trace Jackson Davis doesn't necessarily need to be here either. Like, we know what he's going to do, and he went out there and did it. That's awesome. The Warriors don't have their other, like, rookie. Is it Quentin Post? Yeah, Quentin Post. Yeah, he's not playing in this due to injury. So that's my Golden State Warriors analysis. You're welcome. Aren't you glad you came to this YouTube channel today for my high-level breakdown? Julian Phillips was rough in this one. He's pretty raw. That's kind of his thing. I was glad to see Sanogo get out there a little bit more. That's awesome. Buzelis, right? Your boy isn't too... I said wasn't and isn't in the same sentence, so let me clarify. I'm not that high on Buzelis. I see the skill set that we're working with, right? This game was good. Let me say that right away. This game was good. He played a good basketball game. One thing that I saw from this is I think him and Giddey would work well together. I really do. I think that these guys could play well off each other. I think Buzelis at least like is showing that he understands like spacing and how to play in like a transition style offense, which look, the Bulls are probably going to have to do if they want to get some points. So I could see them kind of playing well together in that sense. The 3-point shot was falling today. That's awesome. The dunk was cool. The dunk was really cool, right? So we're encouraged by that. We're encouraged by the fact that like he's a Chicago kid. Hopefully he wants to be in Chicago and like make a statement. He's going to work his ass off, things like that, right? Obviously highly touted high school player and everything. I still worry about the handle and everything, but I'm glad that the Bulls are giving him a lot of opportunities to go be a playmaker here in Summer League, because that's where his development could like skyrocket, right? As if he develops that and he can be a better ball handler and he can navigate some of these like pick and roll or just like some of these Iverson type plays that they threw him into, like I think it could be really interesting. And now all of a sudden you've got a guy that can be a little bit more dynamic and stuff. So I'm interested none the least. I'm not getting my hopes up like just yet, because again, Summer League is Summer League. I'm not seeing anything that I didn't already know about Buzelis, but he played really well in this one, and so we give him credit. Here's a quick catch-up on the stat leaders and everything. Julian Strawther continuing to play well. Him and Jordan Miller, that's awesome to see. Cam Whitmore, obviously really high. Him and Reed Shepherd. Terrence Shannon remains up here. That's awesome. Anybody else all that interesting up here? Nobody that I'm really seeing. Carrington. Okay, Bub Carrington continues to stay up there. That's awesome. We love to see that. Dillingham has a lot of assists so far. That's good to see. The block leaders are going to be who they're going to be. Anything interesting with steals? Reed Shepherd. Okay, I was going to say, I imagine Reed Shepherd getting in here. Let's take a look at like field goal percentages and everything quick. Who's playing like somewhat efficient right now? Carlton Carrington being very efficient right now. Tristan Da Silva is, oh, sorry, Nuggets fans. Like, I'm sorry. Keyshawn George finding his way into some decent efficiency. We love to see that. Jamal Sheed, he's being an efficient rookie. So is Enrique Freeman. It's on low attempts, and same with Ulrich Kromke on low attempts. Let's close this up. Let's sort this Z to A here. There we go. Who's just kind of our dogs right now? Reed Shepherd, Terrence Shannon, Buzelis, that's awesome. Bub Carrington, Tristan Da Silva, obviously Castle getting pulled. Who's struggling a little bit more? Tristan Newton, yeah, he's just not really getting a chance. Mogbo, let's get Mogbo on the court a little bit more. Otherwise, a lot of names that we kind of expect to be down here. Dillingham, probably expect him to go up. You'd like to see Sarr, probably try to get some more buckets going. Otherwise, nothing like all that crazy here. Like, honestly, like Reed Shepherd's the one that's obviously standing out. Surprise, surprise. Carlton Carrington, obviously, he's been really nice so far. Maybe I'd look at like the Rob Dillingham here with the assists and the steals, and hopefully the points get better and we're not tripping about the efficiency too much, because looking at Rob Dillingham's efficiency right now, pretty rough. But we're not going to trip about it, like I said, too much. And we'll continue to kind of watch Jordan Miller here as he looks to be like the MVP of Summer League so far. So I guess we'll see how everything goes. It is 2 games at the end of the day, and I just encourage you guys, like, keep being curious, keep being skeptical. Like, don't get too attached to single players, right? Like, I'm trying to, like, not only educate you guys but teach you how to, like, be a scout at that next level. Like, everything's got to be objective at the end of the day. Just because you had a take at one point, be the first one to drop that take as soon as it doesn't make sense. I told people I didn't think Chet Holmgren was going to be that good. This is the example I always give everybody. And then all of a sudden, you know, he played great. And after like 10 games this season, I was like, okay, I've already noticed he's corrected all the things I was worried about. So Chet Holmgren's awesome now. It's still maybe not an all-star, but you know what it is at the end of the day. And I told everybody GG Jackson was going to be good, and nobody really believed me with that. And don't get me wrong, he had some moments this year, and I would always say, like, yeah, no, he didn't play good in this one. But, you know, is what it is at the end of the day. But hey, no, that's kind of it for this one. If you guys didn't see my update that I put on the channel today, I said videos are probably going to slow down a little bit over these like next 2-3 weeks. As I told you guys at the beginning, this is kind of that sweat time of the year, if you would, where there's not many of us that are really all that locked in on it. So I'm not just going to put out videos to put out videos that like not that many people want to talk about. I'd rather just talk with you guys in the Discord. So if you're interested, hop on there. I'll be active on there and everything. But I have prepped already like the season preview series and everything that'll be similar to Ideal Off Season in a lot of ways, and I think it'll be unique and fun, honestly. So I'm really excited to show you guys that, and that's going to be a grind for me. That might be like all I'm really posting outside of other little miscellaneous news things, but I think that's going to be a really fun series. But yeah, no, you guys let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover at any point. Otherwise, like, I'm going to try to take it a little bit easy, sleep a little bit more. It's late right now, and I still have some things to do tonight, but hey, I appreciate you guys as always. You sweats that are watching right now, you guys are the loyal ones. You're the guys that are really trying to learn basketball and everything. Awesome, man. Keep falling in love with the game like I did. And hey, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye.